The border city is boasting a clean 2011 audit, and according to the mayor, Lloydminster is doing very well.
Really good news. A clean audit, progress in our accounting department, and management in the right direction and building a great organization that's going to better report to the public. We've got the right people in the right places moving forward, and we're rewarding a job well done.
Mayor Mulligan says the audit is nothing but good news for the city's financial structure. With Lloydminster growing so quickly, he insists the border city businesses are on a much better financial platform. Blue Quills First Nation College is taking its education to the next level. The college is now offering a Master's in Education in conjunction with the University of Alberta. As Clayton Brown explains, it's opening opportunities that students didn't think were possible until now.
For Bernadine Huhl-Steinauer and Melanie Quinn, it seemed nearly impossible to attain their Master's in Education, but now they're already 3 classes in to the 2-year program.
I appreciate the opportunity that I don't have to move to the city. I don't have to uproot my family and be there.
I kind of always knew that after I got my Bachelor's of Education degree that I would want to go for a Master's. It would be almost impossible for me to relocate because I have 3 small children.
So Blue Quills First Nations College is offering the program. There's 27 students enrolled, proving its popularity at the school.
The MEd program came about as a result of student requests to have a graduate program here. And after a number of requests, we decided to act on it. So we met with the U of A.
Not only is just offering the program close to home a huge benefit, but the classes are worked around the students having a full-time job.
We go to school one weekend per month, so that makes up the required hours for one course. In the summer, we'll go through 3 weeks straight and take 2 courses.
The Master's in Education is actually the 2nd Master's program the school has offered. The first was in conjunction with the University of Calgary and was completed in 2010.
The first Master's program was in the social work field, and that was a 2-year cohort. Again, they had about 30 registrants.
College officials hope this isn't the last Master's program. In St. Paul, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
The Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce has a membership of 586 local businesses. In this week's Chamber Chatter, we look at exactly what the Chamber does.
The vision behind the Chamber is to make the border city the best place to live, work, and do business.
The Chamber gets up every morning focused on that objective. The Chamber gets up every day to bring people together, to find out where we need increased expertise.
The members behind the organization create a pool of resources and ideas.
Well, as small business and medium-sized business, we get very focused on what we do in our businesses. And sometimes you have to look over the hill at the bigger picture of how we can do good as a business community.
Over the past year, the Chamber has accomplished a long list of things that have only bettered our community.
Well, this year's been a spectacular year for the Chamber and our community. We have increased the profile through the Chamber in both provincial settings, which was outstanding. We've renewed relations and improved them with the provincial chambers as well.
In addition to networking, access to information, and the opportunity to help create policy, there seems to be no downside to being a Chamber member.
Being a Chamber member is insurance opportunities. There's opportunities to get benefits for your people, things that you can't do as a small business, yet you're competing with bigger entities. The Chamber allows you to punch above your weight as a small business.
Chamber Chatter is brought to you by the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce. Achieve results, a stronger voice.
Emmett joins us now with a look at sports, and the Rosetown Red Wings were in action today, and one of their players is really key for them.
Yeah, Jared Jago, some people calling him the best player in the tournament. I'll have a story on him after the break.
Stocks and oil prices brought to you by Spectrum Restoration. When disaster strikes, don't wait. Call the professionals at Spectrum Restoration, a certified member of the Canadian Disaster Restoration Group.
Dealing with disease, weeds, and unwanted pests can certainly be a nuisance for grain growers, and this year will be no exception. In this week's Agriculture Report, Peter Quinlan gives us a glimpse at what surprises area farmers could find in their fields.
Our familiar friend, the grasshopper, may be returning to a field near you.
We're a little concerned about grasshoppers, and it was a pretty dry fall. That's usually a good time for grasshopper egg laying. And if the spring is also dry and warm, or even dry and cool, that's a good hatching condition for them.
And if it's not grasshoppers, other resident bugs will keep you busy.
We'll have our regular creatures. The flea beetle will visit us again. That's sort of rain or shine. They will be in force, and we'll have to be on guard there. We haven't had real issues with diamondback moth or Bertha armyworms.
So if you're not dealing with critters, you will have a fair share of weeds to watch.
Field bindweed, cleavers, sow thistle, hemp nettle, scentless chamomile.
And we weren't the only ones who enjoyed the warm winter.
Being as we only had a week of cold weather, there is insects and diseases that can be carried over from last year.
So as for farmers who just want their crops to grow,
just have agronomists and just scout your fields, constantly looking for anything, any changes in your field, and deal with things sooner than later.
The old saying, April showers bring May flowers. Well, we don't necessarily need the flowers in May. We would just like our seed to germinate.
Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.
The Agriculture Report is brought to you by Novlin Brothers in Lloydminster. Find the best in versatile and Kubota machinery. Novlin Brothers, serving you better.
And that's your agriculture news for today. Peter is in next with weather.